Hi, welcome to another tutorial video, and on this one I was asked by a student to calculate the surface area and volume of this composite shape. Now it's called a composite shape because there's two different shapes. We have a triangular prism on top and a rectangular prism on bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the surface area, I'm going to break it up into those in the surface area of both shapes, and then I'm going to add everything together. So first, the surface area of the roof. And I have that here. I'm going to separate this here. So the surface area of the roof, um, I see four different shapes that I have to take the area of. In this, there's the triangular part here. And that's what I did first. I did the area of that triangle. And the area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2. Base is 2.4, height is 0.5. So 2.4 times 0.5 divided by 2, that's 1.2. That's the area of the front triangle. Now the front triangle is the same as the back triangle here. So I just knew that those two areas are the same. So I'll just add another 1.2 to this. Now, I have another roof. So another part to this is the side roof here, and that is 1.3 times 1.4. That's just a rectangle. You don't have to divide it by 2, and that's what I did here. 1.3 times 1.4, that's 1.82, and there is the right side, and the left side, it's kind of hard to see, but they are the same measurements, so the area is going to be the same. So 1.8, 1.82, and 1.82. This is the entire triangular prism. Now, I realize that there's a rectangle that separates the triangular prism from the rectangular prism, but that's shared by the two. We're not going to include that in our surface area. So there's only 4 areas to take for the roof part. Now, for the bottom part, I have 5 different shapes for the bottom part, and I'm going to break them down for you. What I'm calling the right wall. Now, the right wall is this one right here. That is one of the walls, and the area of that is 1.4 times 1.6. So 1.4 times 1.6 is 2.24. And the left wall is going to have the same area, and I'd like to show that to you. So the right wall is this one, the left wall is this, and these two have the same area. So I didn't go through all the motions of that. I just knew that they're the same. Now the front wall is this. It's going to be 2.4 times 1.6, because that's 1.6, so that's also 1.6. 2.4 times 1.6, that is 3.84. Now the back wall is going to have that same area. The back wall is that same 2.4 times 1.6. And then the floor. We have a floor here, and that's another area. That's not shared by the two. So it's going to be 2.4 times 1.4 for that floor. Now for the surface area, I need to add up all of these numbers. The 1.2, 1.2, 1.82, 1.82, and the 2.24, 2.24, 3.84, 3.84, and 3.36. When I add up all those numbers, I get 21.56 square yards. Because area is surface area is measuring how many squares are on the surface of this. Now the volume is different, and this one, there's a lot of numbers involved. It's quite a process, but the volume is a lot shorter, and we're measuring how many cubes fit inside of this figure. So I again broke it down into a roof and the bottom. So the roof, we need to take the area of the triangle first, which is the base area. And the area of the triangle, once again, is that same 2.4 times 0.5. This is called the base of the prism. And you might be thinking, well, the base should be what it's sitting on. But actually, the base is what you have 2 of. We have 2 triangles, one in front and one in back. And so this is a triangular prism, so we have to take the area of that triangle first. So that's what I did. area of the triangle, and then I have to multiply it by the length of that prism. And the length of the prism is the distance between the triangles. So that distance between the triangles is this length here, which I can trace it back to this length, which is this length, which is 1.4. So it's that area times 1.4. That's why I multiplied this by 1.4. And when I multiply all this together, I get 0.84. Now the bottom part is super easy. That goes back to like third, fourth grade or so, where we have length times width times height, and that's all I did. 2.4 times 1.4 times 1.6. And there we have 5.376, and then the total volume is the sum of these two, so I added them up, 0.84 plus 5.376, and you get 6.216 cubic yards. Well, there you go. I hope this has been helpful, and thanks for watching.